The MCU copyright situation is in trouble, but can Marvel bring Iron Man back from the dead? I am your host, Cindershadow, and today we're going to talk about the Marvel situation with the copyright stuff that's going on. Now, what's happened here is Steve Ditko, one of the creators, mainly for Spider-Man, has passed away, and the estate suing Marvel. So I have an article here from Bounding Into Comics to go over. From Bounding Into Comics. By the way, this is being recorded live in front of a live studio audience, and if you guys want to say hi to YouTube out there, do so. We will muchly appreciate anything you guys say. Just try and keep it on the level. Anyway, with Marvel strikes back. They're countersuing to keep the rights to multiple characters, including Avengers and Spider-Man. Spider-Man, we know, was actually owned by Sony, and he's been on loan for the MCU and everything in that situation. So what has really happened here is Steve Ditko's estate sued. Now Disney and Marvel are countersuing Steve Ditko's estate, along with other lawsuits that are going on out there and other creators of different Marvel characters, namely Iron Man, Dr. Strange, Black Widow. Like, this thing is far reaching, and it could change the face of the MCU or even Marvel in the long run. Just one day after the public was made aware of the efforts by the estate of Steve Ditko to terminate their copyright claims to Spider-Man and Doctor Strange, Marvel has countersued both Ditko estate and a number of creators who have filed similar lawsuits in an attempt by the publisher to retain their exclusive rights to an extensive... Oh God! See, and this is what happens when you do it live. You get things like this. Hi, YouTube people. Thank you, Crash Test, for the $1.25. Sorry for your ears on that one. Including an aforementioned two heroes and multiple Avengers members. Like, this is a pretty far-reaching. It was first reported by The Hollywood Reporter, who claimed to have viewed but did not make public the freshly filed complaints made by their attorneys. In the legal filings against Iron Man, Thor, and Ant-Man creator Larry Lebeer, the only one provided THR, Marvel can be seen arguing that since they assign Lebeer's stories to write, had the right to exercise creative control over Lebeer's contributions and paid Lebeer a per page rate for his contributions. So they're trying to argue, saying they were under our umbrella, we paid him, now they own us. But with certain copyright laws, there comes open this 5-year window, and this is where everything's come down the line. And it's the Copyright Act that is really what's going to define what's going on here. According to the United States Copyright Act of 1976, work made for hire is defined as a work prepared by an employee within the scope of his or her employment, or a work specifically ordered or commissioned for the use of contribution to the collective work as a part of a motion picture or other audiovisual work, as a translation, a supplementary, yada, 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 and it keeps on going. There's so many things that are with that. Further, the U.S. Copyright Office adds the termination provisions are intended to protect authors and their heirs against unrefutable agreements by giving them the opportunity to share in the later part of the economic success that they have made. So that is what's going on here, is as things age, they get better and they make more money, and then this window opens up and yeah, it's there. So what are you guys thinking about this? This is pretty insane. Let me know down below. And as you can see, everyone's been talking there. Caveman with, I'm amazed how Disney isn't a bigger disaster than Wizards of the Coast. More proof we are in the apocalypse. Well, really, what's going on in pop culture? We're seeing this at all angles right now. We have Disney, Marvel, they're being sued by Scarlett Johansson. They're being sued by the Ditko estate. They're being sued by all these creators. Now they're having to counter sue, and it's just more money down the drain. Disney is trying to make this up right now with what's happened with the World Event. They've also, what is it, double if not tripled the price to get in the gate for Disneyland or Disney World. It's actually pretty crazy how far Disney is trying to reach and get more money out of the consumer. And now they're trying to not give the fair share to the authors and the creators that they maybe paid 25 cents for back in the day. And those creators, it ballooned, and they still have some sort of rights that aren't being matched ultimately. This also brings up some interesting theories and interesting things. We have where if you look at Magic the Gathering at the artists with cards, back in the day when the first rendition of cards were produced, each artist was paid a royalty. Then later on, Wizards of the Coast actually commissioned those things, and they worked out a deal where they didn't have to continue to pay these royalties. So is this something that's going to come back ultimately in all of these spaces? There's also part of this was done with DC and Superman, and DC actually retained the rights to Superman, and it sounds like it's the same attorneys that have picked this up for Marvel and Disney. So it's going to be very interesting where these go. It will be very difficult to see the entire MCU to maybe not be where it is, but it will be something to watch going forward. The creators who previously filed copyright termination notices now find themselves in the sights of Marvel's legal team, as well as their respective creations. It includes Lawrence D. Lieber, creator of Iron Man, Thor, and Ant-Man, Patrick S. Ditko, the brother of Spider-Man and Dr. Strange, co-creator Steve Ditko, Michelle Hart Rico, and Bruce Donato Rico 3, the family of Black Widow, co-creator of Don Rico, Nancy Solo and Eric Colan, the family of Falcon co-creator, Gene Colan, and Keith A. Detwiller, the creative executive of the estate of Don Heck, the co-creator of Iron Man, Black Widow, Hawkeye, and Wonder Man. These are far-reaching. Like, this is where the Avengers went, but now it's just, are we going to see any more Avengers movies? Are all the Avengers movies going to be put on hold going forward? We just saw Black Widow come out at very poor box office. There was the 10 Rings that came out that doesn't sound like it actually made money for them, but more fell flat, and they're going to be lucky if they're making everything back. I'm not entirely, I haven't looked too much into that. I know they're trying to really bump that up a lot for the shareholders, but we will have to see where it goes. I don't think Avengers go forward anymore. It even sounds like the Eternals that is supposed to come out may quickly go to video. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching this one. Thank you, chat, for joining me. Pretty much people are saying the Avengers are dead, and we'll have to wait to see if Marvel can crawl their ways out of this one. This is your proud Canadian Phoenix signing off. Thank you for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe.